Welcome to the G.A.B. This is G.A.B.
They should have never gave you platform.
Y'all know what segment we about to get into. We about to get into the SAF segment. And today, we about to talk about a show where Squid Game stole they sauce. Yes, I said it. Squid Game stole they sauce. Alice in Borderland Season 2. Alice in Borderland came out first. Then Squid Game came out. And somehow Squid Game became bigger than Alice in Borderland. Essentially, and it's the same plot concept. Same type of just games. They're like children type games. Tag and stuff like that. It's like, how? How'd that happen? On the same network. They both on Netflix. This is crazy. Craziness. So, basically, Alice in Borderland is basically, they were set in a place, a dystopian type place, and it's cards, and they have to collect these cards. And the games consist of what type of cards you have. So, a mind game is all diamonds. Heartfelt games is hearts. Spades is physical activity. And clubs were teamwork. So then, the higher number the card, the more difficult the game is. And like, the main actors, I reviewed Alice in Borderland before. So this is season 2, but I'm going to give y'all some of the cast again. They got Shahina Aya. She Koyuna. She's like the chick with the dreads and fighting. Then the two main characters were Kento Yamazaki. He played Rohel Arazu. And he's the main dude character. And then the main female character is Tawa Tashihasa. And she was Yazu Yasagi. And she was the main woman character. And essentially, season 2 dealt with the face cards. Face cards are jacks, queens, kings, aces, stuff like that. Them is face cards. So that's what season 2 consists of. They picked up from season 1. And to me, this shit was good. But before I get into really the plot of season 2, let me hit you with the stats. Look it, man. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 81%, and IMDb gave it a 7.6, while the people gave it a 95%. I agree more with Rotten Tomatoes than the people, so frick y'all. But IMDb, I'm gonna whoop your monkey ass, bruh. 7.6, that's a C+. What the hell was you watching? So F you, buddy. Anyway, let's hop right into the plot of season 2. Basically, season 1 was all the non-face cards. They collected all of them. And now season 2 is they're collecting the face cards. And you start out basically with the King of Spades. And the King of Spades, he could go all over the board of the games. And he was just killing everybody. He's a mercenary. Just murking everybody. But the thing about it, the King of Spades cannot kill you if you already within a certain game. So that was the thing. So they went to go try to get the rest of the cards. So one of the first cards that they went to go get was like the Jack of Clubs. And it was basically a teamwork game. And then the other character that was a bad guy in season 1 came back season 2 and had to work with the group. But it was all turmoil. And the thing was, the team that they played against, they were band members. So they were all already together. And the point was, it was kind of like capture the flag in a sense. But if you had a certain amount of points and you touch somebody for battle, and if you have more points than them, you win like 50 points. And whatever team had the most total of points wins at the end. And it was like a tough game, you feel me? Couple members died. One dude sacrificed his life by smashing his arm to get the bracelet off. Because you had bracelets. And the bracelets withheld the points. And another thing was when you hold somebody's hand or bracelet, you combine points. So they ended up winning that. And hey, another thing was crazy though, brother. Is like I don't like people dying, but the way like the so-called boss people died, they were like dying so gracefully. They were, oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. They were dying gracefully as hell, bro. Like, it was such graceful deaths, bro. Wow. Graceful as hell. But yeah, they collected that card. Then, like, throughout the season, like, other cast members, I'm not even going to name because it was like, they were collecting cards or whatever. But the two main characters, they got separated. They collected other cards. One game that happened was it was the Queen of Spades, I think. And it was like, basically it was like tag, but like laser tag in a sense. And if you touch the damn button, they come over to your team, and whoever had the most team members at the end win. And what happened was they basically collected all the team members, and the queen ended up like, she ended up getting murked. Because it's like a laser come out the sky and murk you. So, but she died all gracefully too and stuff. And they collected another card. And then they, essentially one of their other members collected the Jack of Diamonds. And that was a mind game. And that one was, you had to pick, it was 4 people. And you picked a certain number. And the average, whoever was close to the average, wins points. And other people lose points. And when they lost points, if they got to -10, then basically they lose. And they had this cup of sulfuric acid. It was like, because they were in a courthouse. And it tipped the scales. And the scales got tipped. And it burned your ass. So then they got that card. And it had other members from season 1 in the season 2. And they were like face card members. And the way they got to be face card members is because they became citizens of that town through winning games. So, and then another one, there's like a prison one that they did. And that was like a physical challenge. I think it was like, what was it, fighting or something? I don't know. But then they had the fight. And it was the big boss man, the Spades. And the Spades dude killed everybody. Murdered everybody. Was murking everybody. And the thing about it though, is like right before they murked everybody, finally Roshi and Usagi, they finally came together and fell in love. And it's like, bro, what took them so long? Even I was waiting for like, when they gonna get the man? Goddamn all this sexual tension between these two. Good Lord. But it happened, and then right after, King of Spades was murking everybody. And then they ended up killing Berbera, killing the mercenary. And the mercenary, he basically was like, he said, I'm sorry. He basically was doing his job, essentially. And so then the last game was the Queen of Hearts. And then you saw like the game was basically, she was like, yo, all you gotta do is finish 3 games of croquet. You know that white ass rich game where you hitting the ball through the damn, yeah, that shit. You don't know what croquet is, bro? Google it, shit. Ask my bro Google. But anyway, after like the second game played, she had him sit down and she was stalling, and then she started playing mind tricks and started trying to get his heart felt or whatever. And then basically they was in some mental hospital, and like he had to take the pill, and he was slumped and didn't remember Usagi. And Usagi was like, I'm here. Please don't listen to her. And she cut herself. So then once she cut herself, started bleeding out, you know, what's his name? Arusa, or however you say his name, start remembering. And remembered. And then the chick that was the Queen of Hearts, she felt so heartfelt. And she started crying, and she was like, okay, we can finish the game. Oh my God, it's love. Love is in the air. That's how she felt. They finished the game. And essentially, the whole time was trying to figure out answers like, why are we here? Can we go back to our own world? My 2 partners got killed during these games trying to do, like, what's up? And then, essentially what happened, she told him was like, yo, this shit all in your head. That was the plot twist. It was all in bruh's head. Oh my God. So essentially, what you thought happened in like the very first scene of season 1, you thought that like you saw fireworks and then like the games proceeded like a flashbang happened and you were just in a dystopian world and you saw fireworks and stuff. No, essentially what happened was they all saw the fireworks, and it was crazy how they showed each person that was a part of the games with a Sora, and each person walking in that same scene, which was tight as hell. So you seen everybody just having their own life, doing their own thing. And what happened, that shit happened, and a meteor hit their ass. And it hospitalized everybody. And everybody was like in the hospital, and certain people that were dead in the game were actually dead in real life because of meteor. And so Asura, he wakes up and somebody tells him they were like, yo, bruh, you were part of the Borderland for like a minute. 1 minute. And Borderland basically means you were dead. You were on the other side of death. That's what Alice in the Borderland. It kind of plays with Alice in Wonderland. Like she was, I'm going to let y'all, figure that out. But yeah, he was dead for a minute. And that minute felt like a whole eternity. Yeah. And that was the plot twist. At first they tried to make it seem like the plot twist was like it was a simulation. It was simulated. I was about to be pissed. I was like, not another simulation. Oh, I'm tired of this shit. They trying to tell us the world ain't real. Am I real right now? Am I asleep? I must be sleeping in a bubble. I'm like this. Oh. And I'm thinking like I'm really here, but no. That was the plot twist though. The plot twist was Asura was asleep from the meteor. He was dead, and within that minute of him being dead, all this conspired, and he was connected to other spirits through playing this game, trying to collect the 52 deck of cards. And he found this out when he collected all the cards. And wake up in a hospital, and then you see other people that didn't die from the game itself. They're alive in the hospital. And then this when Usagi came in, and she alive limping and shit, and they bumped into each other in the vending machine. And it was like, dude, I know you. I met like another. And it's because they spirits connected, yo. Connected. And at the very end, he lost everything to gain his love of his life. That's it. End of the goddamn season 2. You feel me? Oh, and they had a little play on thing where like the Joker card, because you never saw the Joker, and it had it at the table, and it's like screen into the Joker, and I'm like, there's no way they're making a season 3 off of just one card. Or they might, I don't know, but I don't see how that's possible. Like, and that was crazy, bro. Like, and she was like, girl, always you flirting with me. And sorry, I almost messed it up. Everybody's like, no, I'm not flirting with you. It's like, you idiot. She asked that because she feeling you, bruh. And he was like, wait a minute. But what if I am flirting with you? And then they start connecting, and they, at the very end, they walk outside, and he, being a gentleman, he grabbed her little purse thing, got on the side, and was like, put your hand on my shoulder, baby. The end. Wow. Incredible. They had new character. They had like one new character, maybe 2. That was in season 2, but the rest was the same cast as last time. And I mentioned all of them in my last review of Alice in Borderland. Once again, man, I thought this was great. I love this shit. And they stole the sauce from actually, they didn't steal. Squid Game stole the sauce from them. Let's be real. If you ever saw Alice in Borderland, because Alice in Borderland came out first, I want to say anywhere from 5 to 6 months prior. Then Squid Games came out. But somehow Squid Games got more notoriety. Man, I guess Alice in Borderland is a black man and Squid Game is a white man.
Jesus Christ.
Think about it. But yeah. Yeah, man. Once again, man, this is Alice in Borderland Season 2 on Netflix. Watch if you want. I don't care.